Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. You're back on Room for Rewinds. Finally, you're back. And today we'll be doing an ending explain on a really cool movie that I just watched. And I'm just not going to do my traditional frame by frame ending explain. I think I'm just going to explain the parts that I think are important. And well, the movie is Nefarious. And it's about this psychiatrist who makes a drive down to a state penitentiary, a jail's house, and he's meeting this supposed killer. And this guy has been on a killing spree and now he's being caught, and his job is to determine whether or not he is eligible for the electric chair. So what makes him eligible is that he is found to be sane. So if he's insane, then he doesn't deserve or is not eligible to go to the electric chair, right? Simple, right? So it gets complicated when the guy that he's meeting, blurts out and tells him that he's a demon and his name is Nefarious, and actually expresses that he actually wants the electric chair because he wants the victim to die cruelly, of course. But he wants the psychiatrist, and he calls him Jimmy. He wants Jimmy to actually, write a book about him and his beliefs as a demon and all these other fellow demons, on the cause. Of course, he now tells him a backstory about, how they were cast out of hell, how one mistake, the Almighty would cast them out and not be forgiving, and just one mistake, and would tell him that they had no free will. All they did was praise and worship. They didn't have their own, way of life, so to speak. And so, with this one mistake, they were cast out. Boo hoo. So, now they want to, they despise us as humans because we have all those things that they didn't have, like forgiveness and free will, honestly. So, they're using our free will against us and turning us into the dark side, of course. So then it gets interesting where he actually says you're gonna murder 3 people. One, he mentions his mother, who Jimmy actually euthanized. The psychiatrist's mother was sick with cancer and was in pain, so they euthanized him. So the demon was like, that's still murder. You just didn't want to take care of her anymore. And then the second one, he tells him about his his girlfriend that's about to do an abortion. Even relenting a story about how this demon of whatever his name is used to stand with the pit of fire, and then infants were thrown to him as sacrifices. So he's like, in the modern day, we don't got no demons. Our demons are wearing white coats and they have scalpels, and it's really convenient because we get to snap the life while it's inside the mom. There are no noises, nothing. It's actually cleaner. So after that, he just gets in the psychiatrist's head more and more and more, and does some other things like snap his fingers and whatever. But after he attacks him, that's when he decides, what, enough is enough, and he signs the papers. And it happens so that he gets to the execution. The actual demon made sure that he doesn't even get food. James, the real James, who appears now and then through, comes through. And after that, he goes to the electric chair, and then after dying, then the psychiatrist is actually possessed. Because earlier, he didn't agree to a possession, but it didn't happen, so he was saving it for the right time. He's possessed, and he points a gun at everyone, scares everyone, points it at himself, and pulls the trigger 3 times, but it doesn't go off. And then he's, of course, subdued and whatever. And 1 year later, the psychiatrist did actually write the book, but says it's not for his gain, but it's to warn people. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm two-sided about it. It could be like he genuinely wants to warn people, but he says he's an atheist. Like, if you want to warn people, you'd come out and be like, I'm a believer now. I've changed. I want to do good and whatever. But he's not like that. He's still like an atheist, saying, I'll process this, I'll make sure, I'll look into it. And the other thing is that either way, the plan will succeed because this book will incite fear. And who will be the more feared God? you know, like the threatening one, or the, you know what I'm saying, people will it'll still divide, and it'll still do some damage, and it'll still cause sorry guys, it'll still cause a lot of havoc, because that was the plan initially. So I think it's just like the ending, it kind of, it's a two-way thing. He could be truthful about what he's saying, but then he could be lying at the same time, because just as he's out of the interview, he meets the demon again. So it's almost like, I don't know, he's getting a job well done outside, like, oh, you know, whatever, good job. So yeah, I know I just got through this with my flu and my coughing and my whatever, but that's just my take on it. You know what? I want to hear what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you thought of Nefarious. I thought it was a great movie. There were times where I was doubting the whole thing, but hey, it turns out to be true. So, like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, please subscribe. Please take your time now and subscribe. Yeah. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.